Our agricultural storage building. Dad's also doubling it as a wood shop because he doesn't have enough room in his other shop. But I'm just going to kind of start at the corner, and because it's kind of all linear, we're going to just move down. So this is basically the scrap pile. We keep engine. There's an engine there. I think that's for a Volvo. Maybe not. You know, there's an auger drill behind it. That's that orange thing right there. You know, whole bunches of framing material and wood and stuff. This is our. There's wood on top of it. But if you look underneath, you can see like wrapped bunches of firewood, and that's actually where they wrap the firewood they split up. This is a bunch of birds' nests my dad's found and saving. You can see the chainsaws behind it. I have plenty of experience servicing those. These are some tools I actually got from my wife's former home when they were clearing it out, and so Dad's slowly fixing them up. He's probably going to give most of them to me. There's a millstone, a sharpening wheel. I don't know what's under here. Probably a jigsaw. Oh, no, another sander. Okay, that's good. I better put this back on. Yep, there we go. Grinding wheel, sander. This is a old-time, if you ever look in the old movies at psychiatric homes and hospitals, that's a wheelchair they used for those times. And you can see it's very old. My dad's fixing it up for somebody. See, it has the wheel behind it here. It's an interesting little find. More saws, you know, bandsaw, jigsaw. Where's that a scroll saw? Yeah, it's a scroll saw. You can read it on there if you're sharp-eyed enough. One of my dad's vices we have to put together. Bander or planer, I forget what you call those. More clamps on the ceiling. You know, you just have to always look around on the ceiling for stuff. This is his old drill press, and that was in our garage for the longest time, and he moved it up here. It's one of his saws. This is a dust collection unit. It's never hooked up. It might never be. And this is a lathe. I'm trying to learn how to use this thing, and you basically attach a piece of wood here, and it spins really, really, really fast, and then you basically rest a chisel. Let's see if he has one nearby. Yoink. That's not a chisel, but I will do for demonstrations. You basically rest a chisel here, and as it spins, you can slowly shave off pieces of wood. You can kind of see the pieces of wood that get shaved off. They're kind of everywhere, but and that's pieces of wood that my dad wants to turn. You start off as that, and you round it off, and you cut it up. And this is my dad's old bandsaw he got. He doesn't like it too much. He says it's not that great. Then going back here, another sander, because you never have too many sanders. My dad also does reupholstery, so these are chairs he needs to reupholster and give. You know, those are some of the puzzles we did for last Christmas. More wood. This is kind of his banding station. Yeah, this is one of the lathes that I grew up with. I remember my dad using this. He doesn't really have anything on it right now, but you know, you can turn stuff like this on a lathe, this on a lathe. So yeah. Then we have, sorry about the bad angles, but I have to watch my feet because there's a lot of stuff on the ground. And then this is a whole new interior for my car, personally. My dad loves me. What can I say? And you know, I have to watch the ground because you see that can't go up. That has to stay down. Now we're taking the second line. This is a mini drill press. Quite useful. And there's more of his, that's all of his upholstery stuff. You can see a good deal going down. You know, some paintbrushes too while we're down there. And this is a mini bandsaw. There goes Hector's stuff. Mini bandsaw with Hector's stuff. And this is kind of Hector's little place that he's carved out for himself. He's got a microwave for his food, and you know, hot plate and everything else, and a radio and everything else. Kind of a place he takes his breaks at. This is my dad's radial arm saw, not in use right now because we can't find the clamps that actually clamp it onto this bench, but we'll find them eventually. And there's my dad's big table saw. And this is his primary workbench for woodworking stuff, and you can see it has a lot of stuff underneath it. It has a lot of stuff on top of it, and this is the most clean I've ever seen it since I've been here. So it's my dad's old radio. Lots of fun times with that. It's also one of those ones you can communicate with people from afar. Ham radio, I guess, or something. And this is my lathe over here that we're trying to get together on this workbench so I can take it home one day. That would be real nice. We could just return pens and whatnot for everybody, give, you know, more stuff to sell and free gifts. And this is one of his other workbenches he had at the house, but he brought up here. And this is just a shelf full of odds and ends, mostly electrical stuff, because the county, in their infinite wisdom, decided that we can't have power out here. So basically, if you look, everything's just a giant thing of cords. And, you know, they're all perfectly safe. It looks like it's crazy, but they are all 100% completely safe. We've seen to that many, many times. We've double-checked and rechecked it and rechecked again, got electricians out here and everything. So anyway, yeah, so that's all that stuff. And then this is my dad's newest giant expensive toy, and this is a... you guys might not recognize it, but that's a log splitter. And so instead of sitting there like in the movies where you see, you know, Abe Lincoln cutting logs, all we do is we just basically fire up that engine, and that activates a hydraulic pump in here. And all we have to do is push this here lever in and down, and it'll split any log that we pretty much have here. We'd have to do it in quarters, and it also has a tow hitch. How nice! So we can take it other places and split other people's logs. Then over here we have our old air compressor and a few dollies, and now we get to the fun stuff everybody likes. This is all our equipment. That's not housed in there. So this is my dad's golf cart. Nobody is to touch my dad's golf cart ever, 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 ever. This was originally my dad's golf cart, but everybody kept using it, so he got his own. So this is pretty much the clean golf cart that if you want to get something done, you use this one. And then up here is the, basically it was turned my mom's golf cart, or my golf cart at the time when I was up here more. And this is, this was one of the original golf carts we got. We got 2 golf carts originally. We have one more golf cart, but you can see all 4 of them here. And, you know, we futz with the batteries and make sure they work, and it's great and stuff. And so there we go. And that's a handheld blower there in the corner. Yoink. Yeah, so you just ride that along and it'll blow all the leaves and everything out of the way. Those are 2 of the chargers for the golf carts right up there. Oh, there we go. And yeah, so we like to play around on golf carts, and it's a nice way to get across the orchard. This is the Massey Ferguson. I think it was one of the first tractors we had. It's basically a giant old workhorse that it's temperamental, useful for doing disking and stuff like that. I had many, many, many hours of fun on this thing. One of the first things I learned to drive on. It's super awesome. This is the Harvester, and just a quick brief of what that does. That orange thing right there spins, and that's what powers the thing from the tractor. And then we actually run over the walnuts, and you can see these little flaps down there. And so we sweep them into a row of walnuts, and it comes up here, and these giant teeth actually spin. You can see those teeth, and they actually spin this way. And it picks up the walnuts, and it puts them on that conveyor belt there. And those little tines there spin on the conveyor belt. And then we move up here, and that's the chain coming backwards. And then there's 2 giant blowers. You can see the blowers down there. And they blow out a bunch of the leaves and sticks and stuff out these 2 ways. So you get rid of most of the sticks, and then you can see the chain continue down in there. Then then it comes out up here on this giant ramp, and then we'd have there's a hitch here. And we'd have a box trailing behind this thing right about here, and then that's would literally just fall into the box. And then we'd have them in a box from off the ground. And it works out really well with a lot of the sticks and leaves gone. And somebody would always have to be following around behind to pick up as many sticks as they could off the bottom. But anyway, then over here we have our first sprayer, and this sprayer sucks. No qualms about it. This sprayer sucks. I had many, many years actually pulling this thing along full of water and just by hand watering little trees. A job that took 3 full-time days, 3.5 full-time days for 5 acres. And it was just a miserable, miserable experience. And yeah, you can see all that stuff there. So yeah, that's that. This is the tractor I grew up on most. This is our first Ford tractor we had, that I know of. And it's the Ford 4K. And it's seen better days. It's also one of our primary, it used to be our primary spraying tractor. And you see there's a spray boom and all that good stuff. And so many fun memories of this tractor. Learned pretty much how to drive on that tractor. Then there's our last golf cart right there. That was pretty much my mom's golf cart. Usually we have a tank on the back of it for like minor spraying, for, you know, like weeds around a ditch or whatnot. And this is the New Holland tractor, and I'm going to stop this and start it again.